Hey guys, another episode, John the Electro Man, back with another video. This time, and I'm pointing fingers towards you, Chevy Boy 65, I think you might just like what's up in the garage. We got two garages. This is the paint, this has got a paint booth in it. My papa does a lot of auto body work. There's a bed to I think it's an 83 Chevrolet pickup sitting in that garage. And it's not this, turbocharged Camaro. Speaking of turbocharged, look at this son bitch. That's my K5 Blazer up there. It's a parts vehicle. I had to throw it together. I got as far as putting some parts on it, and I'll show you what's in the garage in a minute. Front brake rotor's locked up, so I gotta loosen that up. The caliper's locked onto the rotor, which means this don't spin no matter what you do to it. I gotta put my 350 small block in there. It's a 4x4. I'm gonna convert it to two-wheel drive. This is my papa's flatbed. He's gonna do some work too. This is his GMC four-wheel drive pickup from I want to say 1964 GMC four-wheel drive. But let's skip all that stuff for now. This thing right here would make any Chevy lover have a boner. I think you might love it. There's a Harley under there. Let me pull the cover back. My papa did a paint job on it 15 years ago, and I've been trying to urge the man to do something with this, and it is beautiful. God, is it beautiful. It's got a nice engine in it. I can only imagine what kind of rockers it's got in the valve covers. I can only imagine. And it's dusty, forgive me, but she's a beauty. 1968 Super Sport Camaro. I think it's Super Sport. Don't hold me to that, but it's beautiful. All he really lacks is the electrical and interior. It's got the original. I don't know if these are no, these aren't the original gauges. These are remakes, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the gauge cover is. This big ass beautiful engine. God, I've been trying to get the man to finish this. If you were to clean the dust off of these, they would almost literally have a mirror. Actually, they do have a mirror shine. You can see my face right there. But it's got a Demon carburetor, point-to-point ignition, and instead of using HEI, where it has the coil up here in the top of the distributor, they didn't use that because if they used HEI or something like that that's bigger, it would be pushing against the firewall. And when you rev the engine up, this thing's gonna move, which means it's gonna smack that distributor on the firewall, eating the paint off the firewall. Not only that, but it's gonna damage the distributor, and the engine won't run. So then you gotta deal with that. So this is the way it sets. It doesn't have the grill in. Here's the hood. I don't mind to get my shirt dirty in the name of Chevy. It's still got dirt packed on it, but the camera's washing it out, or the light's washing the camera out. Ow! I got stabbed in the back. Aluminum pulleys. She's beautiful. You gotta love her. It's a little bit about Chevy. And all you Ford lovers out there, you want to say that I'm a Ford hater. I am! Excuse me. I don't like Fords, especially after the whole Ford tractor incident, and that's a story for another day. But this thing's chrome everywhere. Everywhere. My papa went all out. He's got $250 or $2,500 in it. So that's $2,500 in it. It's beautiful. I mean, look at the cover. That does have a mirror shine, a mirror finish to it, with the Chevrolet emblem in it. Red, white, and blue, all the way through it. Although the white's Teflon tape, so that's just to help seal the pipe, or just to help seal the hoses better. I think that's for, since it's dual-sided, that right there is the fuel line, so it carries fuel through, from the fuel pump. I think it's got a mechanical fuel pump. Fuel comes from the tank, and I think that's a return line running back to the tank, so if this overpressurizes, that sends the excess gas back to the tank, and your line comes up here behind the alternator, around next to the water hose. This is just bypass. This is for the heater core. That goes there. This runs through, and since it's a dual-sided carb, it runs in 2 different locations. It's beautiful. I'm not sure. I think he converted it to solid disc brake. It originally had disc, let me check the master cylinder. Sometimes you can tell by the difference in size on the master cylinder. Nope, one side's bigger than the other. So that means it had I think, don't count me on it, the back was disc brake, or not disc brake. The back was drum brake, and the front is disc brake. There's disc brake. And here's the rear end we got to put in. We got some lift springs that go from this rear end of the frame over to here. And it goes on to here. It's the main support that holds the rear end in the Camaro. God, I love that paint. The stupid camera would quit washing it out. It's making me look yellow. The color, just imagine this, but a little bit darker. Like that, right there. I hate that bright light when I'm filming because it makes my camera wash things out. She's a beauty. Love her. And then we got this thing sitting in the next. This is the paint booth. This thing's a pain in my rear end. And my papa's too. Oh, he's finally got the bumper put on it. I think he's painted it. I don't need to touch it. Right there, it's leaking power steering fluid. And the compressor's being a bitch. Compressor is so annoying. Unbelievably annoying. And that's hurting my eyes. I'm going to go outside. We're going to head over to the shop. Spend about 5 minutes in there. So I'm just doing like an update video. And this is a shout out to our new subscriber, Chevy Boy 65. I think me and him have exactly the same amount of subscribers. I cannot speak. The exact same amount of subscribers. I'm not sure of that. But I'm gonna go down to the shop, my shop. This little tiny shed. Counter with copyrighted music. Here I'm working on 2 welder transformers. Of course, I've already got my welder, but I'm going to make a spot welder. Okay, that thing's still hooked up. But what a spot welder is, at least the one I'm going to make, it sits on the bench. You have your base. You stick your sheet metal in there. You bring this down. It has 2 metal contacts that pin the metal, heat the metal up to the point that they melt together and fuse. And this right here is a stick welder. The one that I just kind of did a flyby on. This one here weighs about 40 pounds or so, roughly. No magnets. Magnets screw phones up. Oh god, this thing it's fairly decent sized. Yesterday, I think I posted a video of where I got the welder, and it shows the whole welder and everything about it. But the big difference in it that you'll notice is that not the long power cord I stuck on it, but the feature I added onto it for grinders and drop lights. Oh god, I think That's live. That ain't good. Ground is. A guy named Johnny wired this place up. Everything from the shop up there, the big shop, all the way down to the shed he wired. From there to this switch to that light. And then, since I come through, I've rewired that to be properly wired. And I dropped a line off from here, splitting up to this outlet. It's commercial grade, it's a, 15 amp outlet. If it was 20 amp, it'd have a split that went on the side of one of the leads. I can't remember which side it'd be on. Then there's one here. So I put in two since I've been in here for my big massive shop fan. It's just that way during the summer, or if I'm welding or something, I can just plug that in and ventilate the place. And here's good visual effect. See this? This is the whole cord. And it goes to that light. So, this cord, I'll show it in the hole. It's basically a big drop cord. It's simple. Very simple. I can make one of those. I can make a simple drop cord in my sleep. Check this out. First, I don't want to be standing on the leads because that's going to hurt. I ain't got a good ground on there, so I'm just going to click it on. Clang. There's the aftermath. Before I screw up the pixels on my camera, I'm going to stop. But I'm getting rid of this pathetic thing. That's why I'm just kind of torturing it before its last days of life. Oh, that's hot. I grabbed the wrong part. Well, oh well. Dirty. So this here is the rod holder, or the wand, whatever you want to call it. And then this is my ground. It's just a arc welder, or a carbon fire torch, or carbon arc torch, or something. No, carbon flame torch. And a good source of carbon rods, and I'm not kidding you. That's a piece of wire insulation. A good source of carbon rods, if you're ever looking for any for a welder, go to, it's about the diameter of that. No, the diameter of that. Pull apart cheap AA, and be careful when you do it. Wear latex gloves if you do it. I hold no accountability for your actions, so if you get hurt doing so, you're doing so at your own risk. It's not, I have nothing to do with what you do. So anyway, this is going on 15 minutes. This is kind of like a shout out video, I guess, to Chevy Boy 60. Sorry, I'm having a bad day. It's a shout out video to Chevy Boy 65. Just figured I'd show that Camaro. I figured you might want to see it. So, this is John the Electro Man. Into the video. It's a sloppy, nasty day. See y'all later.